Many Americans are finding themselves in financial distress, and bankruptcy filings have been increasing these days. Declaring bankruptcy might sound drastic and scary, but it could be worth considering if your debts have piled up beyond your control. So here's what you need to know. If you're considering bankruptcy, please know that you're not alone. There have been over 400,000 bankruptcy filings this year, which is 10% higher than last year. That's because consumers are facing rising interest rates, inflation, and still recovering from the effects of the pandemic. Experts say that most people struggle with debt for years before they file for bankruptcy, and the reason to pull the trigger is either a job loss, a high medical bill, or a foreclosure or unaffordable mortgage. So what happens when you file for bankruptcy? Bankruptcy refers to a legal process that either reduces or completely eliminates your debts, but there are several steps to follow before you even see a judge. First, you want to collect all the documents that pertain to your financial situation, such as income, debt, assets, and expenses, so the person reviewing your claim can get a full picture of your financial situation. Next, you'll have to go through bankruptcy counseling, and that can be done on the phone or online. At the end of it, you'll get a certificate that proves that you've exhausted all of your other options. The next step is to file the petition, and that's when it can get a little tricky. So most experts recommend hiring an attorney to make sure you file everything correctly. Once your petition is accepted, you'll meet with your creditors along with your court-appointed trustee, so they can ask any questions they have about your case. There are 6 types of bankruptcy, but the most common ones are Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. Chapter 7 is most common for people with low income and few assets. In this type of bankruptcy, your assets would be sold and the proceeds would be used to pay off your creditors. Some assets are protected though. For example, your primary home or your retirement accounts. Those protections vary state by state, so you should do your research. At the end of the process, any remaining debts will be erased. Chapter 13 is common for people that either make too much to qualify for Chapter 7 or they don't want to sell their assets. In that case, you would make a payment plan of about 3 to 4 years to repay your creditors, and after that time, any remaining debt would be erased. It's important to note that some debts can never be erased. For example, court-ordered child support or alimony, any debt incurred within 6 months or 6 months after filing, and most federal student loans. Bankruptcies provide immediate relief, but there are some long-term consequences to consider. They will stay on your credit report for 7 to 10 years and could make getting future credit very, very difficult, like a future mortgage or auto loan. Also, it's a public record, which means it could affect future purchases or even jobs. For all those reasons, it's important to make bankruptcy your last resort. But if you end up filing, remember that it's designed to help you get back on your feet, not to punish you. And if you want more content like this from MarketWatch and the Explainomics playlist, please subscribe and keep checking back for new videos, and we'll see you next time.